Gardner's theory on multiple intelligence. Now there's a few multiple intelligence that we use. There's our visual, the kids who learn through puzzles and Sudoku, one of my favorites. Then there's our body and kinesthetic. Those children learn through building things and being hands-on. Those are some of our best early childhood education learners because they want to get in and get dirty. And musical. They learn through rhythm and beat and everything else. And they learn through patterns. I'm definitely a musical learner. If I give you a rhythm or a beat or a song to remember it by, I can pretty much remember anything. Let me tell you, I know the whole Spice Girls album. Interpersonal. Interpersonal is about learning about others, having empathy for your friends around. Those are those children in classrooms who cry when other kids cry, who feel when other kids feel, who are happy when other kids are happy. Those are the kids who are usually going to be doctors or psychiatrists. They need to have the feelings for others. And then there's our intrapersonal children who learn about themselves, who understand what their needs are. Those are kids who are very much wanting to do things on their own and need to do things on their own. Then there's linguistics, learning through words and communication, learning through talking, reading, hearing the words, following the words, and following instructions. Those are those kids. When we get a little bit older, we'll need those kids. Mathematical children, logical numbers, and adding and subtracting, and just figuring out puzzles. It's kind of like, almost like... Gardner's theory on intelligence and multiple intelligence also coincides with the guidance of teaching children. Now, the approach to guidance is building children to understand what is needed to be done in the classroom. What levels are they at, who they are, and how to get them to evolve as a student. Now, we're not just talking about can they say their ABCs, but how do they learn their ABCs. Giving them the tools to learn what they need to learn is a very important part about teaching. Now, are we all doing what we need to do when we're teaching? Especially in early childhood education. There's always different areas for our kids to learn. There's the music area, there's the reading area, there's puzzles, games, and paint. One of my favorites. And we're all there to help the kids learn what's best for them. The kids who run to the puzzle area every time, they're probably learning through the kinesthetic learning, building and shaping, understanding graphs, and they're also learning through the mathematics area. Then there's the kids who run to the sandbox and the paint, and they get dirty. Those kids also are kinesthetic. They like to build, they like to fill things with their hands. They're testing the waters. Then there are readers. Those are the kids who go back and forth reading and learning, and just building their mind slowly and quickly, depending on who the student is. 1 minute at a time. When I was younger, I had a very hard time working with math. I mean, extremely hard. When I was younger, I moved around from city to city and house to house and new school to new school. So I was always a new kid until I got to high school. It was the first time I ever had stability with my education. With that, I became very shy and dismissive towards others. Not in a bad way, just I didn't really think of making a connection was the point of it because I would lose that connection eventually. When that happened, I became quiet and soft-spoken, unlike I am now. And I used that to my ability to not able to do things. So I didn't have to take math tests, I didn't want to talk, and the teachers thought I had a disability for reading, English, education, all of the above. And I was put in the RSB programs and special education programs, even though I had a college reading level. I passed every single standardized test with 100%. I still was put in these classes because I didn't actively go out of my way to educate myself during classroom time. When that happened, I struggled. So when I became out of those classes, when they realized that I was up to something tricky there, they took me out of those classes and they moved me into regular classes and they moved me into honors classes. When that happened, I never took the approaches of taking algebra, geometry.